they run again on first down. Chubb. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your games. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Go again here with Hubbard. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Early down steps will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Switching it up. Corral going to throw here. He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm. But sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, Corral. Throw left side complete. That's Marshall. Touchdown! Terrace Marshall, 47 yards. And the Panthers are on the board here first in the season opener. Gonzalez able to tackle on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. this one away, and off it goes. Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in. Everyone has matchups that are better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's Watson. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. It's a loss of about 6, and that brings up 5.
So, Brandon, we saw earlier coaches, when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure it's sack and sack in their play sheet.
Watson and the Browns backed up for 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession on the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there, but guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run here with Hubbard. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Hubbard is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This defense really pulled around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Third and goal. Here's Corral. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by D.J. Moore. 4 yards on the Panthers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to. And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop it. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I think it's all in his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. The loss results there.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. On the punt, 2 on the return, and the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing to the break, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll give this to Hubbard running right. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 3rd down, here's Corral. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he is going to put the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's well executed there. The confidence that they have to let their tight end try to find some space in the middle of the field. Right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Corral going to throw it this time. Flush to his right. Taking a shot here for Marshall. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm not sure it made a difference on that play, but one thing to keep in mind, here in the early part of the year during a day game, the sun does play a factor on deep balls.
The Panthers on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Fakes a handoff. Now Corral to throw it. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. And again, it's Chubb. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I do know from experience that when you slow down so much running game, you're not going to dictate that defense. And guess what? Now you get a tee off on your quarterback because they can throw it all the time. You just still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's got some space here. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dive it all the way out there. That'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan and trying to keep the defense honest while they're at that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they weren't successful.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's Watson. He's going to take another shot here. Now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just shut something down and pump the football.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Corral. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Corral sets up play action. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. A final shot before the half for Corral. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Third quarter starts with a run by Hubbard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anywhere. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Off play action. Here's Corral. On the move to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Here comes Marshall in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us a ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the 2nd half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Play action, Corral. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Corral looking to throw. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Get into the psychology of the ball game because of the team with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter. They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot to go into attack mode. Really try to put the hand on it and finish this one off.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Right back to Hubbard. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain that time, but they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Zane Gonzalez, the former Browns kicker, out for the field goal against his old teammates. This will be from 49 yards out. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an aggressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's one that he will remember his first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. He finds some open field here. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Browns are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get hit. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 6, just inside the 30. On the handoff, running left is Hubbard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? On the play fake, Corral. Out to his left. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. 59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
A give running right is Chubb. That's a move now. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. So there you go. They needed a big play, and they got one there on a touchdown run.
And that was a very important drive. Of course, they all are when you're trailing in the 2nd half. But what I really liked, they didn't panic. They knew they still had time to run the football and keep playing their game.
It's no good. That could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. But, Jesus, second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, which to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Off play action. Here's Corral. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it 2nd down. So a nice throw there. And CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third and long, here's Corral. He's going to look deep for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. Well, the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they'll take over 1st and 10. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it as a power play up the middle coming at him, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Second and 8. Now a give left side for Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the ball. In the wrong direction. It's 3rd down and 9. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a top 3rd and 14.
It's become cliche. We have seen it and observed it. There's some days like we're seeing right now. They often take their offensive lineman and mistakes at the first down. They'll leave it for dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce and might go to the corner and just grab behind.
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal.
Yeah, boy, talk about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they look like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play. And they got it right there, partner.
51 yards on the ground for him so far. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Moore, the man in motion. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. We'll see always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Panthers, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.